Hey guys, love a fast rolling dice game where you die all the time? I surprisingly do, actually. Take a look under the lid at Cuphead. Hey Misfits, this is Anthony with another Under the Lid. Today we're taking a look at Cuphead. Now this game is based on a video game called Cuphead, and it's actually been out for a little while now. It's kind of infamous. It's a game where you die all the time. It's a shooter actually, and it's got a 40s, 50s, what aesthetic is this? Is like a 40s aesthetic?
20s,
like 20s aesthetic, cartoon aesthetic that the game actually emulated perfectly, and it's an actually super hard shooter where you just die all the time. Now, they put out a game for this, and it's called the Fast Rollin' Dice Game. Actually, and they keep to the aesthetic, same art and everything, and it looks gorgeous. I'm gonna tell you, this game is very pretty. I like the 20s style art aesthetic. It is very cool. So we're gonna take a look under the lid and see what we got in here. This looks kind of cool. Let's see what we got going on here. We got our tokens, we got our coins. Looks like smacking somebody with a hand, HP, and hourglasses. So more tokens to undo. We got our Cuphead dice rolling game manual here. We got the rules, of course, laid out. Man, again, this is even done like an old school rule book, although thankfully more organized for those that remember old rule books. Very, very nice. They kind of keep that color scheme too, that off yellow red color scheme. And then you got your main characters. Let's get this on off. Ow, ow. Got Cuphead, Mrs. Chalice, Mugman, and Elder Kettle. Elder Kettle. That sounds like an old guy, right? So it looks kind of cool. These are the same characters from the video game, if I recall, because I did play it for a little bit. A lot of fun, by the way. Very cool game. Looks like you have your main board. Actually, we did play this game quite a few times previously over someone else's place. This is actually very fun. So you got your board here. And then you have your save sheet. This is to keep track of your score on. You have your life counter. This is your life counter for baddies. Then we have our dice, and they give you plenty of dice in here. Let's take a look at all these puppies. All right, we got hand slaps and boots and finger guns galore. Very pretty dice. Again, sticking with the aesthetic, I really like that. That actually looks really good in those dice. You got a few extra components in here. You got your super art envelope, which is basically they get super arts, which is like their ultimates or whatever. They have envelopes basically when you get a certain level basically in your game, you open these on up and they have extra components. So it's kind of like an unlocking mechanism, which Cuphead is known for as well. The better you do, the more you unlock. You have your Wallop Cards, which are cards that give you bonuses as you play along in the game. And then you have your decks. These are designed to give you a different boss challenge, again, much like the game, and each one goes up in difficulty. So you start with your boss deck 1, and each one has a deck of cards, which are basically all pertaining to that boss. And from playing the game, I can tell you it's actually very cool. Each boss is separated by their own set of cards. And as you roll dice and play and you beat the boss, you keep progressing farther into his different variants or forms or whatever. Each boss kind of has different sections that you have to defeat to beat the boss entirely. So as you go along, you're peeling cards off and restructuring the deck as you go along as you beat the boss over and over again. Now, again, there's about 8 decks, so you're going to go through each of the bosses. So there's at least 8 different versions of bosses you're going to see. So there's a little variability in it. So it's actually a very fun, very cool game. It's making the rounds right now. You might see it in a few different places. Find it if you can. It's actually really a lot of fun if you want kind of a fast-paced dice rolling game where you're just constantly going and going and going. It's one of those timer-based games too. You actually have an app that comes with the game. You can just download it, and basically it keeps track of your timer while you're fighting the boss, and it has the same aesthetics as the game itself. Very, very cool game, very fun. And we'll do a snapshot of this and break down and probably gameplay video because it's just super fast and super fun. That looks to be all in the box, of course, today. Everything looks awesome. If you guys like a fast, frenetic game, definitely get your hands on this. But as you can see, the components kind of speak for themselves. I actually recommend this game quite a bit. This is Anthony with Tabletop Misfits. Again, thanks for joining us. Like and subscribe if you like what you see here. And trust me, Cuphead is a game you want to check out. All right, guys? Take care and game on.